Hello everybody, how are you all doing? Welcome back to Man City Unplugged, your very own Man City fan channel. There were some issues with power actually, so that's why I wasn't able to do the live watch along today. But anyway, what a match it was! What a match! It was a statement victory for us, I would say, at the Etihad. I mean, I don't have any words to say. The excitement inside me is just brimming so much. It's the same excitement when we won against Bayern Munich. First leg at the Etihad, it seemed a seismic step. Second leg, we just managed the game well. This one as well, it just seemed a seismic leap. Especially not the goals in the first half, but the performance in the first half was just excellent. But the first half, there was a bit of me that was like, this just cannot be 1-0 that we go into at halftime. Because if we would have gone in at halftime 1-0, I just think that would have given Arsenal so much hope, because we had so many chances on another day. I mean, it's 4-1 on another day. This should have been 6-1, 7-1 at least. Haaland missing two chances. I think it's two chances. De Bruyne missing one chance, I think. I mean, how many times have you seen Haaland missing those many chances? Haaland had a missed hat trick of chances today, but anyway, that's all on another day. Today we have won emphatically. Come on, City, what a victory! This was far more than what the scoreline suggested, or what next player performed. De Bruyne scoring two goals, or Erling Haaland breaking Mo Salah's record. This performance was far more than all of these things. This performance has sent out a message not just to the Premier League but to the entire Europe, that City are not just a team that relies on passing the ball around, that relies on just pressing hard. We are a team that defend well and that attack well. Saka, Martinelli today, two of the most informed wingers in the Premier League and probably in Europe as well. They have been this season. Martinelli, top scorer of a team. How many times have you seen a winger being a top scorer of a team? Who's on top of the table? It's generally a striker, right? So Martinelli, Saka. When the lineup came, literally everyone in the forums and all, everyone was like, people thought Laporte should have played. Laporte should have played against Saka. I was actually discussing it with a friend as well today afternoon that how would you replace Ake, because Saka is one of the most potent weapons, one of Arsenal's most potent weapons, and Saka has scored a goal. I think in the last two Premier League meetings when we played them, he scored a goal from a penalty when we played Arsenal last time, and before that as well, I think last season. So stopping Saka was pivotal. You stop Saka, stop Martinelli, you stop Arsenal. And I was just discussing with a friend, and we were discussing some options. Would you just play Laporte straight swap for Ake? What do you do? Do you play Akanji and then Walker on the right hand side? I actually thought the second option was right, Akanji on the left and Walker on the right hand side. But I didn't think Pep would do it. I thought that Pep would go with Laporte. The reason being, and I know it's a bit far down the memory lane, but you just look at it. 2018-19 season, Liverpool City against Liverpool at the Etihad. We had to win that game. 2nd of January 2019. Pep played Laporte against Salah, and Salah was at his prime. At his prime, Salah is, I think, 4 or 5 times more deadlier than Saka. So we played Salah over there. I mean, we played Laporte, and Laporte pocketed Salah that game. Literally, apart from one mistake, a couple of mistakes here and there, he pocketed Salah. I thought he would play Saka, but deep in my heart, I hoped he would play Akanji there. Reason being, Akanji is faster and Walker than Ken. And I mean, playing Akanji there would mean you can introduce Walker into the game, because whatever you say about Walker, whatever Pep can come out in the press conference. I know he said it about Walker just to increase Walker's hunger, but Walker might not have the passing ability of a Bernardo Silva or whatever it is, but what Walker has is one of the best 1v1 defenders in Europe, in the world, period. So, I think Kyle Walker being in the game just shut down Martinelli, which just meant that it was just too predictable. It made the job of Akanji easier. So I think that was another master stroke from Pep. And we just did not allow Arsenal to play. We just did not allow Arsenal to play their play their natural game. They just could not play through our press. They were just like, I mean, City took immense amount of risk. You know that that passing from Diaz to Stones to Rodri, Gundogan dropped in as a pivot. It was just so difficult. And I actually know why Gundogan dropped in as a pivot. Gundo came as a pivot because I think Pep realized that Arsenal's press will be intense. You have Odegaard, you have, especially with Saka playing. Saka's press is really it's aggressive and it's deadlier. So with Saka playing, it's almost like you have Thomas Partey, Saka, and Odegaard also coming in to help in the press. Zinchenko coming into the midfield sometimes to help into the press. Though he does it a lot less when Arsenal are not on the ball. So I think Pep really felt you needed a technician who is even better than John Stones, to withstand that pressure, and who greater than Gundogan. And also with Gundo playing there literally and John Stones playing at the back, I think that Kevin De Bruyne got the license there. Kevin De Bruyne got the license to just go gung ho. Kevin De Bruyne got the license to be his natural self. This is fantastic. Pep didn't drop John Stones into the midfield. Instead, he kept John Stones back, played a simple 4-3-3 when all of the talk before the match was Stones into the midfield, playing in and out in that CDM and centre back role, box midfield, what to do. I'm pretty sure Arteta planned for the box midfield, and the box midfield never happened. And I think Arteta's plans took a hit when Ilkay Gundogan came into the midfield, because pressing John Stones is one thing, pressing Gundogan is another thing. Because if you see previous matches, John Stones is very good technically on the ball. Rarely he scored on the ball. But when you have 2-3 midfielders pressing Stones, it's still he's not a midfield player. Whatever you say about him, still becomes difficult for John Stones. And another thing is, it's just an observation. I mean, if you look at, for example, in the Bayern match, the first leg, to an extent the second leg as well, but the first leg, if you look at it, John Stones is one of out of the 20 players who played the game, outfield players, John Stones is one of the least in terms of the passes played or something like that, pass percentage. And so I actually thought that could be because it's just a thought again, because that could be because Pep might be using John Stones as a decoy over there, because the real so what do you want to do from a centre back? You want to pass to Rodri, right? But what teams are doing, they're putting the striker on Rodri, man marking Rodri with the striker. So what Pep is doing is cleverly putting John Stones there. Stones can pass, is good on the ball, but the ultimate. So now the striker is confused. For example, do you mark Stones? Do you mark Rodri? So I think that's the confusion Pep has introduced into the teams by using John Stones in the midfield. I just think it's a bit of a decoy rather than Stones becoming this CDM, permanent CDM or something like that, full time CDM or something like that. So wonderful tactic from Pep. It is not used today, but I just wanted to speak about it. That was something I thought Mikel Arteta would have planned for, but he never got it. Again, the coordination between De Bruyne and Erling Haaland was just fantastic. I know Haaland was a little wasteful today, even though he got his goal in the end. Haaland was, he went 1v1s, I think at least once or twice, once in the second half at least, and once in the first half. I think if Haaland would have taken all his chances like he normally does, Haaland scores 4 goals and by himself. This could have been a 6-1, 7-1, dropping whatever it is. But no, let's not just talk about all of Haaland's misses and all, because what Haaland did today was wonderful centre forward play. That is what Haaland has become. This is the transformation of Haaland. People thought if you don't get Haaland, if you don't get goals from Haaland, what else are you going to get? This is what you are going to get. Haaland was on Gabriel, on Rob Holding today the entire day. It's first class centre forward day. His link up play was excellent. His link up play has just been superb. Erling Haaland's and those passes to Kevin De Bruyne, that passes to De Bruyne for the goals. Okay, there was I think one chance in the first half where Haaland went for the shot instead of passing to De Bruyne for an open goal, but Other than that, Haaland's vision, Haaland's link-up play, Haaland's defending, coming back, Haaland's positioning, Haaland, the way he's occupied the centre backs were terrified of him. He forced the CDMs, he forced Shaka and Partey into mistakes. It was just fantastic overall. Center forward play from Haaland, and that photo on your screen, that celebration at the end, scoring that goal, and with all of his loose hair, the Viking, it just tells you everything about Erling Haaland. And Kevin De Bruyne, my God, what finishes by Kevin De Bruyne. The finish from the first goal was just exquisite. And people were comparing, Arsenal fans were comparing Kevin De Bruyne to Martin Odegaard. My God, commit the man, Kevin De Bruyne. I mean, the first goal, when De Bruyne took the ball from Haaland's pass, everyone, including me, I think most of the fans as well, everyone would have thought Kevin De Bruyne would cut inside, instead he went on to the outside. That just surprised everyone. That even surprised the goalkeeper, because if you see Ramsdale's positioning when De Bruyne stuck that shot, it was almost balanced onto the other side, balanced onto his left hand side. We got the direction correct, and Ramsdale was just not ready for the shot. The finish was excellent. Again, the turn from De Bruyne for that was just superb. And then City's third goal and De Bruyne's second goal was just, it's an outstanding finish. That finish only De Bruyne can do. How many players in the world can just poke the ball past Aaron Ramsdale, low and into the bottom corner? What finishes by Kevin De Bruyne? What efficiency from Kevin De Bruyne? I mean, Rodri, we have to talk about Rodri. He might not get the player of the match, he might not get the accolades as usual, but the amount of risks Rodri was taking today. I know Gundogan was there to help him out, but the amount of risks Rodri was, the amount of pressure. There were 2-3 people pressing Rodri literally, and each time, zero mistakes by Rodri today. Each time he came out of the tangle superbly well. It's just fantastic from Rodri. I mean, every person in this team, again, I would say every person in this team deserves a 9 by 10, 10 by 10 rating, if I have to give ratings now. I mean, this is something which we have not seen in Pep's teams in the past, at least when from the time that Pep is at City. We have not seen those from Pep's teams in the past. But this season, especially starting from that Bayern Munich match, Bayern Munich first leg, you come out of the match and you're thinking, well, wow, everyone's playing 10 by 10. Everyone's rating is 10 by 10. That's just superb. That's just a superb performance by the entire team. It's not one individual. I think I've got the same feeling coming out of this game as well. Wow, that was a complete team performance. That was a complete team demolition. I mean, I just remembered one quote which Pep Guardiola gave. I think it was in his Barcelona days when he said that, it's 11 versus 11. We start with the ball, we finish with the ball. That's just fantastic. How true it is. You almost feel that City owed the ball today, but every time Arsenal got the ball, Arsenal were so terrified to make that pass, because Arsenal knew that one wrong pass and Haaland's away, Kevin De Bruyne's away. So it almost seemed that Arsenal played with that fear of a predator playing up front. It almost seemed that Arsenal were, Arsenal just did not want to pass that ball. Arsenal wanted to keep that ball. Arsenal did not, it almost seemed that for most of the phases of the play, it almost seemed that, Arsenal were the team who were looking for a draw or something like that, and City were the team who want to go on and win the game, because Arsenal was sitting back and it was City who were trying to attack. So it was just a complete team performance, I would say. Everyone, Akanji's 1v1 duels was Saka was fantastic. Kyle Walker just took Gabriel Martinelli out of the game. Just like that. It almost felt that Kyle Walker has thought, I mean, Kyle Walker, you have to remember, he had kept Vinicius Jr. quiet for most of that second leg against Real Madrid. It's only when Walker went off that we conceded last season against Real Madrid. So Kyle Walker, whatever you might say, he is an important cog in the season going forward, especially when you have to defend against all of these kind of pacey wingers. It's just superb all round display. Woohoo! What a win for City! Superb win for City! Come on, City! Come on, City, what a win again. Win in style, demolished. We owed the ball, we owed the press, we owed each blade of grass today, we owed the spirit. It's just a mentality more than anything, anything in the game, more than the technicality and anything in the game. I think City just showed the mentality of, mentality of hunters today. City just showed the mentality of, yes, we are gonna go for it. It doesn't matter what happens. I mean, in a positive way. I won't say in a stupid way, but in a positive way. City just, went for it. That's the attitude, that's the passion, that's the personality you need if you really want to go on for the title. I think if Arsenal can learn something from this, I think they can pick up things on, how certain things outside of the footballing, this thing can actually help you go for the title. So how certain things like, the personality, the mentality of, of going for it, not being afraid even when you're facing facing your ultimate test. All of this, I think this title race, I think far too much emphasis in this title race is actually given for, the technicality, the formations and all of those things. And Pep has told time and time again, and we have seen time and time again, it's here, it's the mentality, it's how you respond when things are down. I think that is where, the real top hunters, the real top champions are distinguished from others. I mean, still there's quite a long way to go in the title race. I would say still the running is there. I'm not gonna sit here and say, well, it's over and all of those things. Of course not. And we as City fans, we actually know we have been through title races like this, right? And it's not just until Pep has come, right? We have been through title races chasing right from 2011 under Mancini, 5 games to go, 5 points behind United. We played United, we won the game. They had under Pellegrini, Liverpool were top for most of the time. We went and snatched that title from Liverpool, Gerrard slip thing. And then under Pep, the Liverpool 18-19 season, previous season 21-22 season. So we literally one of the last 5 minutes in the previous season, right? Gundogan's scoring those goals, making a comeback from 2-0 down. So I mean, it's a long way to go. We know as City fans, still the running is there, but my God, psychologically, mentally, how much this win will just give a boost. And it almost seems now that City are in the Zen mode, Zen mode where it starts. It's 11 versus 11. You start with the ball and finish with the ball. It is just fantastic. It was just fantastic performance from City today. Cheers to everyone, not just the players. Cheers to, of course, cheers to the players. Cheers to Pep Guardiola and his coaching staff. Cheers to the fans. Cheers to everyone. Cheers to everyone associated with City. The backroom staff. Everyone. We're building towards something special. We're building towards something unique here. It already seems that way this season, not just this season, from until Pep has come, we're building towards that. But this season, somehow it seems, especially in the second half, it seems something has clicked for Pep, something has accelerated that sense of trying to build a dynasty. Anyway, a wonderful game, and just enjoy the night, guys. Shout loudly into the night and just enjoy it. What a wonderful game this is, and see you all and take care.